Hello, I'm back with another playthrough of a map from Quake Brutalist Jam III. Today we're playing Colour Charge by Nixter. The 1.1 patch was released for Quake Brutalist Jam III today, which includes a couple of minor balance changes to some of the way the weapons work, the shotgun and the invoker in particular, and a bunch of bug fixes for various maps, so I decided to throw out the demo that I'd recorded from this a couple days ago and make a new one. It's a fantastic and visually striking map, so let's get into it. So, first thing you'll notice here, there's no pistol on this map whatsoever. That is to prevent you from sort of hanging back and playing passively. It's interesting, I wish more maps did this, because I do love the pistol, but it's a little bit too strong. Anyway, without the pistol, you're in a slugfest here with the shotguns against lots of trench knights and the grenadiers. And it's attrition based, so you're going to take a lot of damage on Nightmare because you're going to get plinked down by things. Worth mentioning as well, Quake Brutalist Jam 1.1 has modified the trench shotgun from the initial values, where before it was 22 pellets at 4 damage each, now it's 18 pellets with 5, so up close it does slightly more damage, but it's harder at range to sort of spam and get kills on like the trench knights and stuff, because you're more likely to miss them basically. Very minor, but it actually did make a difference in this map, because in my first demos for it, I was plinking away at the shotgun guys at range and stuff, and killing them pretty effectively. This time it wasn't quite as good, but it's very minor nonetheless. This is a really nice little opening area though. I love how it's just progressive, it's just a little ambush every single time. Just go really aggressive with the shotgun. You can go even more aggressive than I went here, and just knock everything down. This trap, if you're not expecting it, it'll shred you pretty much instantly. Just get yourself into cover straight away, come back out, murder everything. Like I say, without the pistol, there's not this incentive just to hang back and sort of play super cowardly and passively. I do love the pistol, don't get me wrong, I think it's a lot of fun, but 20 damage, unlimited ammo, it does encourage a sort of passivity, especially against sort of hit-scan enemies. So to take it away, and in this map it's actually hidden in a secret, gives you a little bit of an incentive to play differently. You can see here as well, look how much more fun it is with an nail gun and playing aggressively anyway. Just strafe left and right to avoid fire. It's a great time really. My aim isn't particularly good here. I kind of hoped for an infight when I pushed into that doorway earlier. I hoped the dogs would start infighting, but they didn't. Instead I had some very tough dogs. Possibly the toughest I've ever had in an attempt here, which I think is funny. Get vampirism in this room. There's the gold key door, that's where we're ultimately headed. But with vampirism, we go outside, we trigger this big Shalkin ambush, and we get ourselves gigantic amounts of health. Like, really gigantic amounts of health. Even more when you get the grenade launcher. And there are so many, it's better just to put a grenade down to kill them all, because you take a bit of armor damage, but 250 health is gigantic. There were lots of blisters outside, I don't handle them too well, they do a lot of damage, but they do a lot of damage to other enemies too, so that Vor, for example, took quite a lot from those blisters there that blew up in his face. Missed a grenade bouncing onto this platform. It is what it is. I really love this tar stuff here and sort of washing up on the sands. It does hurt you, you've got to do a bit of platforming there. I also love how this outer area has all of these basalt columns, like Giant's Causeway and County Antrim or something like that. It's a really, really nice look. With the sand though, and this geometry, even that jump I did there, it's really easy to get dead stopped and get caught up on stuff. I get caught up on stuff quite a lot here, it even happened there for a little bit. Slopes in the Quake engine tend to be a little bit janky, and there's a lot of irregular slopes here, so movement is kind of a pain in the ass here. Yes. I'll explain it a bit because you're going to see some examples of it here. So, those plasma guys, the ones there I kill, but there was some on a rooftop in the distance I ignore because I'm going to clear them off later because they're kind of annoying to pick off with the, the nail gun. My aim here is terrible, I keep getting caught on geometry. Aiming in this game is mostly just movement plus prediction. It's not actually about aiming. So when you're not moving correctly and things aren't quite going the way you want to because you're getting caught on things with a weird like slopes, it means with the rebar launcher in particular, I miss some really basic shots. But that's okay. I mean, this is a casual playthrough as I said. I'm trying to manage my ammo in this run best I can to maintain a healthy amount of ammo for the rocket launcher and grenade launcher and a healthy amount of nails. I think I do an okay job. I was a bit unfortunate there because what I really wanted to happen was for that blister to push up when a bit harder, so it would have been in a line with the Vor and with the Fiend, and then I wanted to get them all with one shot, which I usually do, and it's very satisfying when they all pop at the same time. But it wasn't to be. Though this ring, all the secrets in this map are just items, so just look out for items. It's only in the first half as well. This ring, it's the one time I actually wanted it there, was that time the bloody, what do you call them? The servitor was shooting at me. Because I don't really like the kind of invincibility where you can't aim and things are just missing and not shooting at you in a predictable way, because it means it's very hard to dodge, especially when movement and predictability is what these games are all about. It's actually kind of a disadvantage. So, but in that situation, really, really good. This key here, there's a little ambush. You've got two of the amalgams that come down very slowly, but I'm just going to defuse that Knola there. And on either side, you have these shamblers. It's better, I found, to use the simple nail gun rather than using the rebar launcher, because when they're on this outer donut, they tend to be like easy to miss. I'm also taking my time here because I do want the two Vors, which are at the exit, to filter through together so I can line them up and I can kill them all in 4 shots. Sometimes I don't do that, one stays on the outside and that sort of kills an attempt because it just wastes too much time and ammo, basically. But it's very straightforward, this whole area. The breadcrumbs here leading back. I'm getting caught up in geometry like no one's business on the ground, but I'm not too concerned. I really like as well the use of the alternative skins. There's 2 skin sets for every monster in Quake Brutalist Jam III, and these like darker ones look so good with the theming here, having like, you know, I guess it's like a tar pit, really, out here. An industrial, or is it industrial waste perhaps from the towers, but it's a really, really cool look, from like the surface of Mars, for example. So this area here is what leads back into the start where that gold key door was. This is where a lot of the plasma trench knights drop down, and they usually like to cluster up on one rooftop, which means they can be taken out with one multi-missile launcher volley, but it wasn't the case this time, unfortunately. And a little bit of poor ammo management there, wasted a bit of time. But it is what it is, basically. There's some more plasma trench knights I ignored earlier on, and there's a really wonderful situation here for getting some sick rebar shots. This map is so good for like lots of meat lined up to get really cool rebar kills. I really enjoy that part of it. Heading back here as well, place a grenade down, stand here, more of the champions all lined up. And this is the gold key door, which is the point of no return. So at this point, if you haven't found all the secrets and stuff, I don't know why it's the point of no return, mind you. You probably want to head back. I like this room conceptually, but I think it doesn't quite get there. On the ground floor, you have all of these fiends. On the upper levels, you have the plasma knights. But the plasma guys tend not to really attack you that much, and they're a real pain to clean up. I got the pistol out of the secret, which I use here. It's the only thing I use it for is cleaning up these guys. And, you know, cleaning up plasma knights really, and cleaning up bits and pieces. But sometimes they don't really bunch up nicely. That time they did a pretty good job, so I could kill them with a multi-missile launcher. Sometimes like one of them will walk around the other side and they're quite hard to see. I just wish there were more of them maybe, so there would be more fire on you when you're trying to deal with the engagement and, you know, dodging all the fiends and stuff. They also shoot the fiends and they make the fiends act erratically because they decide to win fight and they come out of alignment and stuff, which is a little annoying when you try to like do things relatively quickly because I'm here, but otherwise it's fine. I really like this fight here. When you come out of here, on both sides there's a barrel that you can jump up to get out of harm's way. If you don't, you try and walk forward. There's like a wall of meat, there's a shotgun guy in the distance, there's the champion with daggers. You can really get like shredded. Press that button, the windows open again, lots of fire. But just control the outer edges. Tends to be okay. They get bunched up so nicely for the multi-missile launcher here. It's great. There's 400 monsters on this map, but I mean, you just shred through them so quickly. With the Quake Brutalist Jam extended armory. So, there are 3 reactors that I blow up with little fights attached to each one, or little areas attached to each one. There's a ring entering each single one here. I kind of take my time because there's always dogs on the outer level that tend to like come up behind you if you're not paying attention. Like that one there. You go into here, you shoot the reactor. which looks fantastic. Really cool effect here when you sort of get warped into an area. This is the Invoker one. I do this possibly worse than I could have done it. It's really easy to do this without taking any damage, but I walk into every single rocket, which is fun. But it's more just for mood and ambience, really. Looks really good. Get ourselves the Invoker. I could have used the Invoker a bit more efficiently. I could have actually got a few shots off on it earlier here, but I think that I used the rest of my ammo well enough that it doesn't really matter too much. You've got to do these in order as well, by the way. So this is the upper one here, same basic structure. There's dogs on the outer level, in the middle you've got lots of monsters. This time you've got knights and the champions. So spam some multi-missile launcher rockets down there, spam some rebar shots down there, get like, 4 or 5 kills in a single shot. It feels so goddamn good. Oh, it's wonderful. Heading into this next reactor area. This is where I came up pretty healthy with rockets. I could have used a bit more, I could have used one more volley. In this area here, you've got to kill all of these zombies. In Brutal Difficulty Nightmare, it's like Copper. The zombies will respawn, which means they get in the way, and you've got to kind of identify which are the real ones and which ones you kill, which ones you haven't killed, and which ones you have. Grenades are better here than the multi-missile launcher, because the multi-missile launcher doesn't jib zombies when they're actually downed, whereas I can put a grenade on the ground and move on, and it tends to work out alright. Plus, I'm trying to get enough ammo so I can use this weapon when I come out of this area as well. I actually get surprised at how effective this is here. I was looking for the last guy, I thought I'd missed him, I hadn't found him yet, and then it put me out of here. And then, multi-missile launchers, little ambush, you can just completely clear it. And I've done pretty well. I mean, I've got 8 nails, so I just have enough nails to do what I wanted to do. Just have enough rockets, I have 2 more salvos left, 2.5. This final area to use the Invoker, which is a little bit faster in 1.1. The first shot's faster, but the shot time between each shot is about the same. You just get to chunk them all, basically. But I had 3 other shots I could have used, so I could have potentially used those in the yellow reactor area, something like that. Collect those crystals, jump in, it's the end of the map. If you take your time, by the way, and you stand there after collecting those crystals, you will get crushed, which is really funny, so watch out for that. But this is a really great map. It's got a lovely aesthetic, it tells a nice story, it looks great. It's got a bit of awkward, wonky geometry, but that's okay. It's a Colour Charge by Nixter. One of the best maps in Quake Brutalist Jam 3. Please give it a go. Well, that'll do me for today. Thank you very much.